Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael. Can you hear me? Folks at home, can you hear me? I think you can hear me now. We had a technical hiccup there, but I'll tell you what, folks, we are out here. Let's get a W in the chat if you are here, okay, because you're witnessing history, okay? Believe me, you are, because ain't nobody in here, you know what I mean? So you could say you're one of the first 10 people to come on in here and watch World Class break it down in a way that makes sense. That I know that I could tell you. So let's get a W in the chat for the people that are here that are participating and that know what's up. We are out here, folks. Saints Row has potential. In fact, as I look at the landscape, the barren landscape, that is, what is going on with this hair? Oh, no. Is that real? Hold on, we got to fix that. Oh, that looked a little too bad. Okay, that looks fucking hideous, I'll tell you that. But look, as we look at the barren wasteland that is the gaming industry, okay, this month you got two games. You got Evil Dead, the game, okay, which we've already covered, and they're still arguing about that. I literally have a source from the support page in the video description. The source is the support page for the Evil Dead, the game, and they're still trying to argue that there's offline bots. Like, guys, the game cannot be played offline. If you mean solo bots, then yes, the game has that, but you still have to have an internet connection in order to play. You know what I mean? So they don't want to listen. They don't want to wake up and smell that coffee. Well, that ain't unusual around here. That ain't nothing new around here. But so you have Evil Dead, the game, coming out this month. You have Sniper Wolf or Sniper 5, Evil Elite, whatever the hell the game is called. Okay, you got Evil Dead, the game. You got Sniper Elite 5. Okay, and here's the thing with these Sniper Elite games, bro. They keep making these games. It's the same game every 5 fucking years or whenever they make these games. Dude, I played Sniper Elite like 1 or 2 or 3 or some shit back when they had demos on 360, and it was cool, but like that was about the extent of it, you know, Sniper Elite 2, Sniper Elite 3 or whatever. It was like, okay, I'll just play the demo and I'll get my gist there. But what is new here with Sniper Elite 5? That I don't know. You know, so basically that's what we have for this month. We have Evil Dead, the game, and we have Sniper Elite. Now, that's not looking all that fantastic, but you know, next month, of course, in June, it's now May, so we're getting closer to flipping the switch for those that still care. But next month is, of course, when they're going to pull the curtain back on Starfield and a bunch of other games, probably the new Need for Speed, maybe not, I don't know. But, you know, a bunch of other games are probably going to be unveiled soon, or we're going to know more about them soon, which, of course, is going to happen next month, right around that E3 time frame, I'll tell you. But before we get to that, folks, we got to go ahead and break this down, okay? Now, look, let's start off by the reality of the situation in here, okay? Rockstar is dead, okay? Look, let's just agree, okay? Rockstar is dead. How many of you agree, okay? Let me do a poll in the community here, and let's see if Rockstar is dead. Okay, Rockstar is dead, yes or no? Go ahead and answer that here. If I could see the screen, that'd be very appreciated. Rockstar is dead, yes or no? Let's see the results of that poll. In my opinion, they are dead. Now, a few weeks ago, a month ago, I wouldn't have said that, okay? I literally wouldn't have said that. But at the end of the day, I'm now saying that because, well, there's a few reasons, okay? First of all, Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't really that great, okay? I have multiple videos on this dating back Okay, dating back to 2018 probably. Okay, so this isn't some like new opinion or anything like that. This isn't some bait tactic. Okay, this is always how I felt about Red Dead 2. Even when I first played it back in 2018, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I mean, at the end of the day, is it really a revolutionary game? No, it's not. It's not a surprising game. The reason why we're talking about Rockstar, well, it will make sense as we move forward here. So, Red Dead 2 isn't really all that great, okay? Red Dead 2 online is dead, but that isn't surprise. I mean, it doesn't matter. Let's just say that, okay? It doesn't matter. So, here we go. Rockstar, Red Dead, dead. Okay, Red Dead 2, dead. And you look at the reality of the situation here, and I'll tell you. Grand Theft Auto 5, total disaster. Total disaster. Okay, it really, it's seriously a bad game. I deleted it from my PS5. It was only $10, but I deleted that crap. Like, I don't need to play Grand Theft Auto 5 ever again. And the online is a blatant ripoff of Saints Row. So, GTA Online, ripoff of Saints Row. You know, it's so funny how you look at Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto was like this mature. Grand Theft Auto was always prior. You know, it was wacky, it was wild, it was funny, it was satire, it was all this other stuff. But, you know, at the end of the day, you look at Grand Theft Auto 4, and it's pretty. I mean, compared to GTA 5, it's pretty serious in its tone and its atmosphere and the mood and the vibe and all of that stuff. And you look at where Grand Theft Auto Online is right now. You got DeLoreans flying around in the fucking sky. You got jetpacks. You got all this stupid, silly shit. And now, as such, GTA is more like Saints Row, which is funny because Saints Row was initially trying to copy Grand Theft Auto. You know, initially Saints Row was trying to copy GTA. But now the tables have turned, and GTA is trying to copy Saints Row for the online components, and it is working because it's a massive, massive success. So, look, Rockstar is dead. GTA 5 was recently censored, okay? And not to mention, are you guys seeing this on the screen here? I don't even know if we're live. GTA 5 was recently censored. Okay, we gotta get rid of these spaces here. Okay. GTA 5 was recently censored with Series X and PS5 versions. I'm not going to get into that in here especially, but, you know, it's just, you know, maybe it's not censorship. Maybe it's just called being better people. I don't know. But at the end of the day, clearly something was changed. They went in. They cared enough to go in and change it. So that's really where Rockstar is at here today, and it's so incredibly sad. Believe me, it really is so incredibly sad. So basically, the point is here is Rockstar is dead, as we said right up front there. Rockstar is dead. Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't really all that great, and you can see why I think that. I'm not saying it's a terrible game. In fact, I spent like $80
Thank
on it. You know, but at the end of the day,
donated 400 Hungarian forints through Super Chat. Embracer Group owns Deus Ex now. There's hope.
Yeah, they just sold, didn't they? Like, where's the software, man? Like, this industry is so screwed because ultimately what's happening is you got these corporations buying these other corporations out or some bullshit like that. You got new hardware coming out left and right. Like, why are they releasing hardware? There's no software. There's literally no software. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that coming through. There's literally no software, and it's so incredibly sad, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what, it's really so incredibly sad. So let's go down here. Saints Row has potential, okay? Saints Row has potential. Why does Saints Row have potential? Well, I'll tell you right here and right now, folks, okay? Great customization. You guys love that in GTA Online. It's returning here for Saints Row Reboot. Okay? Fun sandbox playground game, and that's what we need right now. We just need a game where we can jump in and fuck around and do dumb shit. You know what I mean? We don't need a game that needs to be another movie game or some shit like that. I mean, you know, you guys want to complain about the woke bullshit or whatever you guys want to complain about, but like look at Red Dead 2, that's woke. Look at GTA 5, I mean, especially Red Dead 2, that's really woke. That's a really woke game because it takes place in like, what, 1889 or some shit like that? You know what I mean? So, you know, and then you have Arthur Morgan coming out, and you know he basically behaves like a Twitter mod or some shit. So I don't know. It's just really ridiculous, to be totally frank. So I don't think the writing in that game was actually all that. You know, it just if you're going to take the game back to that era, you got to make it kind of accurate in a way that makes sense. Because that's just the time period that you're depicting. So it's like if you want to have like a fantasy world within that time frame, then sure, you can go ahead and do that. But trying to play it off as like, oh yeah, we're the last outlaws in 1898 or whatever, some, and then they talk like they're a Twitter fucking mod about how they care about women's. Come on, man. Like if you were to get a time machine and go back to that era.
Thank you.
Jiminator J donated $2.79 through Super Chat. Mackle back at it again.
That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Jiminator J coming through. Let's see if we can get that on the screen. Jiminator J coming through. And hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. We're out here, folks. Saints Row. Let's get to that in a moment. But look, this is the reality of it as it stands. Saints Row has potential. Great customization, fun, a sandbox playground game. Potentially, and that's going to be the big factor here. I don't care about the story in Saints Row. I skipped all that bullshit. Obviously Saints Row 2, I cared enough to not skip. But these days I skip all these cutscenes unless there's something really interesting going on, because no one wants to sit there, especially the TikTok generation where you can just scroll up and get that dopamine hit every 3 seconds. Why would you want to sit there and watch an 8-hour cutscene? Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, Kojima did that shit back in the PS2 days, and that was to like solidify the medium and say, hey, we can make movies too, guys. We don't need to go to Hollywood. We can make movies with our art over here. And, that's what the industry has kept on and on and on with. But at the end of the day, it needs to let go of that shit, because it's like, okay, we get it. You want the, medium to be art. You want the medium to do this, that, and the third. But what we want is a fucking game that's fun, and, who gives a shit about the fucking story? Like, who gives a shit if the Saints are in debt? I don't even know what the storyline is. This is just what I maybe this is all, I don't even know. But I guess the Saints are in debt. The Saints have hit hard times and are trying. And what is the plot line of Saints Row? The brand new one, of course, the one that's coming out in August. Is this really do they really work at Starbucks? Are they in debt because they went to college and they dropped out and now they have to go to the criminal life? I don't know I don't know the storyline, but I don't care. Like, I already know I don't care about these characters, and what difference does it make? I mean, if I can go in and customize everything, if I can go in and customize my clothing, if I can go in and customize my car, if I can go in and customize my crib, I mean, I'm making the game to what I want it to be. I am my own boss in the Saints. So I don't know why people are complaining about the premise here, when at the end of the day, you can go in and customize, as they've shown, what you want. The weapons, the cars, the fucking clothing, the appearance, the crib, so on and so forth. All of that is right there for you to do, and more so than any Rockstar game could give you. So, this whole notion that we hate Saints Row because it looks fun, it's a very hard take for me to interpret, because it doesn't make any sense. And when it doesn't make sense, I'm out. It's as simple as that. So let's go to the Saints Row website and see if we missed anything, folks. I tell you, it is hard times. Very much so hard times for the Saints. And
thank you.
Coming August 20.
Folika donated 1 Hungarian forint through Super Chat. I still believe in Starfield and the Avatar game from Ubisoft.
Well, the
Content
Avatar
drought
game
is great for backlog cleaning. I just started
Hold
playing RDR2 _ Michael
Yep.
Lover.
Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Let's go ahead and make this scrollable here. Let's get rid of that code. Let's make this scrollable here, and I'll tell you what. I mean, there's just nothing coming out right now for the games industry, so it's hard to pick and choose what to cover. I mean, there's literally nothing. No one cares about the Evil Dead game. Okay, that's had 2 betas already. Sniper Elite 5, no one gives a shit about that. So basically, nothing is going to happen in between now until June 12th. Or the Summer Games Fest, or whatever else they got going on. So we're going to have to figure out what we want to cover for this very quiet period in May. But let's go to the Saints Row website here and see if we can look at this a little bit further. Meet the Saints. Okay, let's see the plot line here. Like, who cares if they look fucking like millennials? Like, I really don't care. I'll skip every cutscene. You know what I mean? Like, people are so hung up on this notion that, like, oh, these are not the Saints. Where's Johnny Gat? Where's all these other fucking, old school Saints Row members? And it's like, bro, who cares? Like dead ass. Who? Yeah, it looks goofy. Who cares? That like I don't need the plot to be a fucking Last of Us 3 shit. You know what I mean? I don't need the plot to look like Martin Scorsese came in and wrote the whole fucking thing. Like, I don't give a shit, dude. I'm skipping every cutscene. Literally. Skipping every cutscene. I mean, unless there's a reason not to. Unless there's a reason not to, I'm skipping every cutscene, okay? And I think that's fair. It's like Just Cause, okay? Let me ask you this. Let's go to the full screen here. Let me ask you this. In Just Cause, do you sit there and watch the cutscenes? Come on, bro. In Just Cause, do you sit there and watch the cutscenes? There's damn well no way that you do that. There's damn well no way that you do that. Because I don't. I skipped every cutscene in Just Cause 4. I didn't give a shit about Rico. Why would I give a shit about Rico? Just give me the fucking gist and go. And these games have to streamline that because they need to know. They need to figure out that people really just don't care about this shit. It's like, yeah, Rico's a cool character and, but we don't need to get into the backstory about how he came out of the womb. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm going to be skipping every cutscene, and I'm going to immediately jump into the open world playground. Okay, and I guarantee you this is going to deliver more than any Grand Theft Auto game could. I mean, again, you go back to Rockstar, and it's dead. Rockstar is dead, okay? Rockstar is dead, period, end of story. Period. It's over, okay? Like, I'm telling you it's over because I've seen it firsthand. Once they started to censor things in Grand Theft Auto 5, there's no hope for Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't care what detail the game has, okay? Because here's the reality of the situation. I went back. Red Dead 2 is less detailed, okay? I need you guys to listen up in here because I don't know what's going on. But I'll tell you what, Red Dead Redemption 2 is less detailed than Shenmue. Now, look, this is embarrassing because I'll tell you what. Shenmue came out, okay? Give you a little lesson in here for the Zoomers. Shenmue came out in 1999 on the Dreamcast. Now, how much RAM did the Dreamcast have? Probably, 50 megabytes? Okay, I'm just assuming there. I don't know. But it was definitely low like that, okay? And, that's just ridiculous in 2022, right? When you look at that, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so Shenmue is more detailed. Well, we didn't explain why it's more detailed, but it is. Because I went back and I looked. And Shenmue it was blowing me away, bro. Literally every NPC has a schedule. Literally every NPC has a schedule. I sat there and I waited, okay? I played Shenmue. This hair is we might have to cut it. This hair is becoming just a nuisance at this point, I'll tell you. But every NPC has a schedule in Shenmue. Okay? Now, they're going to sit there and perpetuate this idea that Red Dead 2 is the same, but it's not because I've looked firsthand, okay? And not every NPC in Red Dead 2 has a schedule. Not every NPC in Red Dead 2 has even a home. I found a ranch out in the middle of nowhere, and, there were like 2 ranchers out there, doing work, but at the end of the day, that's all they were doing, work. Infinitely. You know what I mean? So it was just a constant loop of them doing nothing outside of, looking busy. So basically what Rockstar did is they half-assed it here. Okay, Rockstar half-assed Red Dead 2. Very much so, okay? And the reason why they did this is because they wanted to focus on story, graphics, and that's it. And they succeeded. I mean, it's really more so a movie game than ever before, to be totally frank with you. It's really more so a movie game than ever before. And that's what people had a lot of problems with Red Dead Redemption 2, is that it was just basically, if you try and veer off the path, it's going to say mission failed and you're screwed. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it is the way the cookie crumbles, I'll tell you. But they half-assed Red Dead Redemption 2, very much so. They focused on story and graphics, and that's basically about it. Because, I'm not going to argue about it, but, name one thing that Red Dead 2 brought new to the table. I'll wait. Name one thing that Red Dead Redemption 2 brought new to the table, because it didn't. And I'm not a hater of the game. I mean, I'm a Rockstar fanboy, but, I see things in that game that I don't agree with. Now, again, the game came out in 2018, so we'll cut it some slack there. It was on, at that time, primitive hardware. Obviously, we got better hardware now with PS5 and Series X and PC. But, they kicked it to the curb. They kicked Red Dead Redemption 2 to the curb because it didn't It didn't do GTA numbers, you know. It didn't do GTA numbers, but you have a vocal minority coming out and bitching about Save Red Dead Online. It's like Rockstar doesn't give a shit about it, and they shouldn't have to, because they already delivered on the story and the graphics, and you know, some mechanics in there are neat. But you know, is it like a revolutionary title? I would disagree. I would disagree. So Rockstar is dead. Rockstar is dead. Rockstar is dead. Red Dead 2 is you know, that was their last effort from the old school Rockstar, I guess you could say. But even then, the cracks were indeed starting to show. Grand Theft Auto Online is a total just cesspool, you know, full of Zoomers who just, you know, don't even care about. It's a disgrace to Grand Theft Auto. You know, let me just put it to you that way. GTA Online is a disgrace. It's a disgrace to the GTA name. To be totally, that's probably why they all left, because you know they probably maybe looked at Grand Theft Auto Online, you know, Dan Houser and all those other people, and they looked at that and they said, hey, we got to get out of here. This is ridiculous. Because it really is a disgrace to the Grand Theft Auto name, to be totally frank. It's a total snooze fest. It's a total disgrace, I'll tell you. But seemingly no one cares. And that's this generation. They just don't care about anything. You know, like the Evil Dead game is always online, and people are defending that. And it's like, dude, they literally, and I'm not trying to veer off here, but they like literally delayed the game to add in single-player components to it, and yet they're put behind an internet verification fucking system, which is stupid. Like if you're gonna go all, you know, through all that and delay the game and add in those single-player solo components and then have it behind still that internet-only connection bullshit, well, then you've already fucked up. I mean, you've already fucked up. It's as simple as that. Let's go, baby. You're the only one. You're carrying the show today.
Super chat. Online is only fun for heists. Otherwise cringe.
I can't stand Grand Theft Auto Online, but again, I can't stand Red Dead Online either. I don't think those games really translate all that well. Hell yeah, bro, we appreciate you. You're carrying the show today. You're literally Sam Porter Bridges out here. Red Dead 2 Online is actually a disgrace as well. Like literally, play Red Dead 2, and you get so immersed with Arthur Morgan and his journey, and he's got the tuberculosis. Oh wait, spoiler. And then you go to that, and then you go into the online, and everyone's bitching about how, you know, how they're not getting enough gold bars, and they're saying the N-word and all this shit. And it's just like, delete this. That's what I did. I mean, I didn't buy Red Dead Online. I didn't. Because the game didn't come with it. When I bought Red Dead 2, the game didn't come with Red Dead Online. And that was good, because I don't want that shit. And that was the same for Grand Theft Auto 5. When I bought that, the online wasn't available yet. And I said, good, doesn't need to be available. Trash. But, you know, this is what they're obviously focusing on, the online, because that's the system of 2022. So, but getting back to Saints Row, I don't even know what the online is for this. They haven't talked about it. Obviously, there's probably going to be an online component. I think they'd be crazy not to include one. But what is the online component? I mean, the fact that they're not that's the thing with this Saints Row stuff. I mean, I'll go to the website to double check. But the fact that they're not focusing on the online, and they're focusing on like the old school roots of what made these games cool in the first place, is actually refreshing, and people are dismissing it. Like I can't find anything on here that mentions that this game even has an online mode. Obviously it does. They're keeping it under wraps. Maybe it's going to be big. I don't know. But you know, there's nothing here that I can see, and I can't get out of here. Let's go to news. Nothing about online, bro. Spice up your ride. You know, just tidbits here and there. Obviously, there's going to be an online component, but the fact that they're not focusing on that first and foremost is actually very, very exciting. So, you know, again, this seems like an old school sort of game in the sense of fun being the key word here. You know, like, let's just have these gamers go in and do dumb shit. You know, and that's why Just Cause works. That's the recipe for Just Cause. You know, if they ever make a new Just Cause game, I would probably be there day one, because I like those games where you can just jump in. I'll skip every fucking cutscene because I don't give a shit, and we'll just jump in and you know play it like a Michael Bay simulator or some shit. That's why I buy Just Cause. That's why I think Just Cause is fun. You can jump in and have some fun. It's about fun. It's not about like, hey, we want to be like Martin Scorsese, or we want to fucking do, these movie games that happen too often these days in this industry. And it's so incredibly sad. But most people in here just don't really care because they want to sit out here and defend Red Dead 2. You got a bunch of Red Dead fanboys in here like, well, Mark, this is actually a great game. How is it a great game when it was outclassed by Shenmue in 1999 on 50 megabytes of RAM? How is it a great game when it was outclassed? How was it a great game when it was outclassed? That's what I asked to you, but of course you don't have an answer. So Rockstar is dead. I mean, I don't have any hope in Grand Theft Auto 6. In fact, I kind of don't even care about it. Now, of course, when they start, teasing it and they say it's coming, officially, they say, hey, Grand Theft Auto 6, 2028 or some bullshit like that, then I'll start looking at it more seriously. But if you mean to tell me that you're hyped for the future of Grand Theft Auto 5 or whatever, 6, if you're excited for Grand Theft Auto, if you're excited for Grand Theft Auto 6, well then I don't know what to tell you. Because they have shown no signs of doing anything. The trilogy was a total disaster. Okay, trilogy was a total disaster. GTA 5 just got censored. Or whatever word you want to use there, censored. So the GTA trilogy, they brought their classics into the modern era, and they botched that incredibly. I defended it a little bit, but I'm not playing those old games because I don't want to play those. I've already played them. Give me something fucking new. I'm tired of playing Resident Evil 4. I'm tired of playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm tired of playing Skyrim. Let's go. Let's get something new out here. Holy shit, this industry is like, at this rate, might as well just sell your PS5, get the profit, and then wait until like late 2024 or 5 and buy it again. Because, there will be an improved version, and there will be actually something to play on the damn console. Because I'm telling you right now, nothing is going to change. If Sony can't even come out with a concrete release date on God of War, what's the point of buying a PlayStation 5? So I know that was totally random, but I'm just saying the gaming industry is in the shitter. And look, if Saints Row is the only thing we have in between the Starfield wait, or in between the wait for Stalker 2, or in between the wait for God of War, or what have you, well, then so fucking be it. You know what I mean? Because I think a Saints Row game coming out in this time frame, in this sort of 2022 era climate, is maybe what's needed. I don't care if it's woke. I don't give a shit. Literally skip all the cutscenes, and we're jumping right in, and I'm going to get the cement mixer, and I'm going to start pouring the cement mixer all over, and, it's just, see, those are the things that I'm already thinking about doing. It's just stupid shit. It's stupid, crazy shit. That's why I buy Saints Row. Dude, in Saints Row 2, you could, hire a bodyguard, or you could play the bodyguard mission, and you would have to protect a celebrity. You know what I mean? Shit like that is just funny and cool and fun, and that's all it has to be. And if they can, take the elements of Saints Row 2 and incorporate them the best that they can try here in the new Saints Row reboot, then who cares if the fucking premise of the game is that, these college students, ex-college students are in debt, they dropped out or whatever, and now they're looking at the thug life or what have you. Who cares? Just skip the cutscene, do the dumb missions, and look, if it's a copy and paste to Saints Row 3, that's going to be disappointing, because I didn't think Saints Row 4 was terrible. That had you flying around. They wanted to copy Crackdown with that bullshit. You were literally flying. In Saints Row 4, you were literally flying. Saints Row 4 is I couldn't sit there. At that point, it was just too stupid. Is it Saints Row? Yeah, Saints Row 4 is just too stupid. You are literally, there's orbs to collect, and then you fly around like you're fucking Superman. Look, at a certain point, I don't know, you have to draw it back a little bit. And hopefully they can find that balance. Let's just say that. Find the balance. And they're working on the game right now as we speak. Think about that. They're literally in their offices right now working on this game. But they have to find the balance with the new Saints Row. Okay, that's what they have to do. They have to find the balance with the new Saints Row. And if they can't find that balance, then it isn't going to work. Between the second game and the modern Saints Row 3 and 4. Okay, but like I said, really the key here is to try and find a mix that works, trying to find a balance that works. Because, when Saints Row 2 came out, it was perfect because Saints Row 2 was offering fun. It was like the San Andreas of Saints Row. Saints Row 2 offering fun. GTA 4 was offering this, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was like the contrast between the two games. And the marketing for Saints Row 2 was fantastic because they had, like, well, I don't even know who they had. I don't know his name, Gary Busey or some shit. It looked like him anyway. But they had these ads where this guy came on, this old man came on, and he's like, you want to do this in Liberty City? He didn't call it that because they can't. But, you know, he referred to it like that. And then they cut to Saints Row 2, and it was like, holy shit. You know, that's how you market it. And I think they should do that. I think they should do that again. But, you know, it's probably a risk. But I'll tell you, Saints Row 2 was offering fun. GTA 4 was offering depression. Like, basically, I mean, that's really how I looked at it. I mean, GTA 4 is a pretty depressing game. Like, you play it now and it puts you in a mood. And that's the beauty of it. Like, it's that effective, you know. The city feels like, you know, New York. It feels grimy. There's no glitz or glam. It's you know, the color tone of the game, the color palette, color scheme, the mood, the vibe, the atmosphere. GTA 4 was on a whole nother level, and they have Rockstar is dead. That was their last great game, I would argue. You know, literally, but. This was why Saints Row 2 worked so incredibly well, because it built on what they initially established with the first game, and then they come out and they say, hey, you can't do this in this game, but you could do it in our game. And that's the most effective way to kind of advertise this. That's the most effective way to kind of advertise this, and I think that's what needs to be done again. Show what you can't do in Grand Theft Auto. You know, show us what we can do in Saints Row. Show us these activities that have never been in these type of games before. You know, you can do all this crazy ass shit. That would be how you win people back over. Because again, it's still going to be an uphill battle. I mean, I think some of the turmoil has kind of dissipated. But I think the Saints Row marketing has to kind of ramp up here as we get into June, July, because the game comes out in August, unless it gets delayed. I don't think it will be. But the Saints Row marketing has to ramp up. Okay. Let's see how much battery life we have today. Okay, we're already down halfway. We're not going to plug in the extender because it seems like, well, we're not going to do that. So Saints Row marketing, I think they need to ramp it up in a way that makes sense, I'll tell you. And GTA 5 isn't, I mean, that's just here to stay. GTA 6, probably, if I had to guess, when this is coming out, I would say, what is this year? 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Probably 2025 or 6. To be totally frank, I like they have to pull that curtain back. To be totally frank, I mean they're going to have to do it sometime. You know, they can't keep riding on this shit. But at the same time, you look at the PS5, you still can't buy one. Not that you would want to buy one. You can't go in the store and buy one. That's not going to change anytime soon. Despite people on the internet saying, "Oh, I went into my Best Buy and I bought a PS5." Great, you wasted $500. There's nothing to play on it. I'll tell you that right here, right now. Obviously, Spider-Man next year and that, but that's next year. Why buy one now? God of War is on PS4. The Cat game's on PS4. Like, all the fucking games are on PS4. There's no point. Sony's going to ride out that PS4 shit until 2024 probably. You know what I mean? So, you know, maybe we just push this back and say 2026 or 2027. To be totally frank, maybe we push GTA 6 back and we say 2026 or 27, configuring those things in. Because they can milk Grand Theft Auto 5 until the fucking end of time. Until the end of time. So would you rather just sit there and play GTA Online? That's what it's called, rather, not GTA 5. But would you rather just sit there and play GTA Online for the rest of time? Why not play Saints Row? Like, I'm not shilling the game. I'm just saying I think something new is fun. Something new is exciting. Like, to me, the online for Grand Theft Auto is dead. Totally dead. Just like this show. Okay, never mind. It refreshed. Let's see here. Where are we at? I don't know what you guys are complaining about. I mean, like I said, you know, maybe the premise is a little silly, but who cares? Like, let's go to the customization here. Yeah, the premise. Yeah, they look a little silly. You know, the whole premise is a little goofy, but who cares? At the end of the day, look at the customization here. Tell me, are you getting that level of customization in Grand Theft Auto 5? When this loads, I'll show you right here. Saints Row customization. Okay. I mean, you already know. You've already seen it, but I don't know what there is to complain about here. I mean, you know, the only thing I can think of is if it's Saints Row 3 reskinned, then I'm not going to like it, okay? I don't like Saints Row 3. I mean, it's okay, but Saints Row is, you know, because I don't know what engine this is running on. I don't know what they're doing, but they've had plenty of time to work on this game. This game's been in the development for a long time because I remember hearing about it a few years ago that they were making a new Saints Row game, and that was the end of the conversation. They were just making a new Saints Row game, and that was it. They announced that, and then boom, they shut their mouth until it was time to pull that curtain back. They pulled the curtain back. There was immediate backlash from the, well, we're not going to get political out here, weird like that, but you know, there was backlash from, you know, those people, and like you know, like I said, Saints Row, if it can hit fun, that's all it needs to do. That should be the mission statement right there. Circle fun.
Thank you.
And that's it. Jesus
Levi
Christ, scared the shit out of me.
donated $2 through Super Chat.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate that. Levi coming through. Levi coming through. Someone coming through. Holy shit. Saints Row, baby. Let's go. So we look at, I mean, it's over. Like, the gaming industry is dead. There's no hope. If this fails, if all these games that are hyped up right now or somewhat hyped up right now and they all fail, then I'm done. I think I'm honestly out. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of just, like, you know, fantasizing about this idea that gaming is going to come back to where it once was, because it isn't. And part of it is an age thing. Part of it is growing out of this shit. Like, I'm not even kidding, it is.
Justin D donated $20
Let's go,
through
baby.
Super
Holy
Chat.
shit.
It will be interesting to see what Saints Row all has in store. Fun is a W.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you can go in with a cement truck and fucking, like, you know, I mean, like, imagine if you can get a cement truck in Saints Row and you could drive the cement truck and then, like, you know, pour the concrete and then have, like, people encapsulated in the concrete, and then you could pick up the concrete. You know what I mean? See, I got the fucking cool ideas. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate you. Justin D, the savior out here, saving the damn show. That's what we're talking about. We're out here live, folks. Tell your friends, tell your grandmother that we're live, because she might like this show, you know. She got nothing better to do. Tell her to watch this show and, you know, give some tips on how to fix this hair out here, because I think something went haywire with the genetics. I'm not sure what happened. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, folks. You know, I mean, when Shenmue is more detailed than half of these modern-day games, you know the gaming industry is in the shitter. Like, that ass. I went back and I played Shenmue, and I'll tell you, I was actually impressed. NPCs are literally on a schedule. They walk to their home at night. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. It's seriously crazy. And Rockstar tries to do that so hard, but then they focus on other shit, and then they run out of memory. I mean, I'm assuming that's what happens. They don't have enough to allocate it to that, you know, those resources. Because if they had every NPC
Thank
living.
you.
NJJX donated $2 through
Let's
Super
go,
Chat.
baby.
Michael, the thank you sound is awful.
Well, I agree. Scares the shit out of me every time. I mean, I don't understand what could be done. How do you save Rockstar? You don't. It's over. And it's not just because those people left. Even when they were there, the games were not great. I think Red Dead 2 is a boring, not a boring, but it's just not a surprising game. Like, when I play it, I'm like, okay, this is cool, this is good, and it's beautiful at times, and it's, you know, neat to look at and take it in, the sights and sounds. But
Thank you.
Outside of that, I mean, I don't know what else there is to do in the game.
Donated $20
I don't.
through
Holy
Super
shit.
Chat. Mackle, man on the mountain Miyazaki has already hit that home run. Gaming is back. It's time to wake up and smell that coffee. The curtains were pulled back in a way that makes sense. I'm not sure they have.
Well, I don't know why that cut off. Nonetheless, we appreciate that. Tayland coming through with the $20 super chat. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Tayland and Justin D coming through with the Bruce Wayne. Look, I think Elden Ring did something to the industry. I mean, after Elden Ring came out, nothing has been You know, I don't know how to feel about Elden Ring. On one hand, I don't really like it. On the other hand, I think there is something there. Okay, so it's a 50-50 for me. So if I had to review it, I would say we can't review the game. If I worked at IGN and they said I had to review this game, I'd say, well, I can't score it. Doesn't get a score from me, because I think Elden Ring, obviously the honeymoon phase is over, but I don't know how to describe it. I mean, part of my problem with Elden Ring is that I streamed it and that killed it. But at the same time, we have a show to run here. So if we don't stream it, then we're not we're not putting. I don't know how to describe it, but streaming the game and then having these armchair experts come in and tell me how to play the game that it didn't jive well with me, and it ruined it for me a lot. So that's why I don't know how to feel about Elden Ring, but I think Elden Ring was like the last. I think it's going to be the last big game until well, I don't know. I mean, if Saints Row comes out, and I mean, I don't think Saints Row is going to be that game. I think you're going to have to look at Starfield or something else. I mean, maybe the new Call of Duty. I mean, there's nothing coming out this year, okay? Modern Warfare 2. I mean, if Modern Warfare 2, here's what they need. I know we're getting all over the place in here, but it doesn't matter. But, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, what they need to do, let me look up some fucking rumors for this shit, because I swear to God, I heard some, no country for old men shit, and I just don't understand how that is going to be incorporated into Modern Warfare 2. But let's see. Modern Warfare 2 rumors. These were about, I don't remember when they were. They said there's going to be more choice, more gore, more all this shit. It just sounded too good to be true. Let me see if I can pull up an article real quick here, but there's just 500 articles, and they're not going to get me what I want, I guarantee it. Okay, here's what was said. Here's what was said. This is why I'm excited about the new Call of Duty. I know we're talking about 500 games at once, but fuck it. It is what it is. It's a free-for-all out here because there's nothing to latch onto until these games start getting closer to launch and all that shit, because everything's a big mystery in this industry. But I'll tell you, this is what was being said about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So the game that is coming out later this year. The campaign is allegedly set. Okay, now this is ridiculous. See, this is why I want to talk about Call of Duty. I mean, if this is true, this could be Game of the Year. Now, obviously, this could all be horse shit. But let me just read this to you real quick here. We can try and pull this up on the screen, but that's a lot of work. The campaign is allegedly set to feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 with brutal realism, gore, and unique death animations. Tom Henderson from the VGC has expanded on the sophisticated AI present in Modern Warfare 2, adding that they'll be tougher than ever before. If you shoot them in the arms or legs, they'll lose their limbs. If you shoot them in the chest, they might not necessarily die straight away. And again, this is coming from Tom Henderson, so that guy doesn't fuck around. So, like I said, I mean, if that's what he heard, and it does come to fruition when Modern Warfare 2 launches, it might be fucking Game of the Year. And I think that's how you reinvent Call of Duty. At this point, fuck the multiplayer. No one gives a shit. No one's playing these games. No one's playing Halo, okay? Halo is dead, too. Halo is dead. Battlefield is dead. All this shit's dead. Vanguard is dead. No one gives a shit. Literally dead. All dead. All 3 games are dead. So quality was never in their repertoire for any of those games because everyone's tired of those games. It's turning into the Guitar Hero Rock Band saturation. It's like, okay, we played the fake plastic instruments for years now. Do we really want to do it again? Is the band going to get back together? And most people just said no. They said they were done. I mean, I bought Guitar Hero 2 when it came out on 360, and I said, holy shit, that was a revolution. But as time went on, after I played the Beatles Rock Band, I said, you can't top that. That was the game that destroyed the whole franchise. Not because it was bad, because it was too good. You couldn't top it. You know what I mean? So Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, if rumors are true, Game of the Year contender, fuck it. Guys, I just read the rumors to you. Let me read them again. The campaign is allegedly set to feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 with brutal realism, gore, and unique death animations. Sophisticated AI present in Modern Warfare 2, adding that they'll be tougher than ever. If you shoot them in the arms or legs, they'll lose their limbs. If you shoot them in the chest, they might not necessarily die straight away. Dismemberment mechanics. Dismemberment mechanics. Let me continue here. I mean, could you imagine if they focused on, like, you know, if they just went pure quality with the campaign and you know, because at one point they literally didn't have a campaign. What was it, Black Ops 4 or some shit like that? That was the only one I didn't buy because it didn't have a campaign. Like, if you're not gonna provide a campaign, then fuck it. Ain't nobody got time for that. Let me type in "No Country for Old Men" because I swear to God I heard something like it's gonna have that vibe. I don't know what that means, but I mean, if these rumors come to fruition, I mean, you're gonna see some people hyped up for Call of Duty again, and that it's been years since that has been the case. No Country for Old Men. Maybe I imagine that. I don't know. Maybe I did imagine that. Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me see here. No, I didn't. I didn't imagine it. GameSpot, let's pull this up here. This was November 1st, 2021. New leaks suggest the campaign will take inspiration from movies like Traffic, No Country for Old Men, and Sicario, and is described as gritty and unrelenting sequel to 2019's Modern Warfare. So, you know, if Call of Duty can hit that home run, then I think, honestly, we're going to be in a better spot, folks. Okay? For Call of Duty. I don't know what to tell you. I am literally at a point where I'm going to give up this medium. Okay, like if something doesn't come along, obviously we got Starfield reveal next month. Finally, holy shit, in June next month. Okay, Starfield, they're going to pull that curtain back. But I'm telling you, if these games come out and they're just not worth my time, I'm done. I'm out until Grand Theft Auto 6. And if that fails, and if that's not where it needs to be, then there's no point to play any of these games anymore because they're a waste of time. As I'm getting older, you realize that you don't have much time left. I mean, look, I'm not fucking 70 out here. I'm not 80 years old. I'm not 90 years old out here. But at the end of the day, it's like, do I really want to sit around and wait for the industry to catch up to quality, or should I just go live my life, and then if the industry catches up, you know, we'll come back, right? I mean, you know, because honestly, it's just getting to that point. I'm tired of these games coming out. They're unfinished. They're broken. They're over-promising. They're under-delivering. They're doing this. They're doing that. Live services, promises, apologies, roadmaps, all this trash. Like, no one cares about that. Just, like, deliver a solid quality product, and that's it. But they don't want to do that because they want to sell you on this, like, brand. You know, that's what they're trying to sell you on, the fucking brand. They're trying to sell you on this idea that, like, hey, you're buying the Battlefield name. We don't have a complete game here. And I sat out here for fucking, like, 4 months straight trying to tell people no one gave a shit. But at the end of the day, that's what they were trying to do, and it worked. I mean, they made their fucking money at the end of the day. No one's playing it now, but who cares? They've already made it, and, you know, they'll just make another Battlefield game, and everyone's going to say, holy shit, they actually listened this time around, and they'll win them back all over. Just like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, total disaster, of course, although some would argue it was never a disaster, but they're probably privileged people that live in Malibu, California or some shit. I mean, if that's where you live, that's fantastic. I envy it, but it is what it is. Maybe I don't, actually. But that's just where the industry is at right now, folks, and it is really so incredibly sad that I know that I could tell you. So, you know, like I said, for this month, let's go back to the notepad here. For this month, I'll tell you, what do we have? Evil Dead, okay? Evil Dead, the game, always online. Okay, some people are still trying to argue about that. I don't know why. I don't understand. People are trying to say there's offline bots. I mean, when you say offline, I'm assuming that you mean disconnected from the internet. But maybe to other people, when they say offline, they mean not playing online, but still online. I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense. But whatever. I mean, if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. But when you try and play it offline, it ain't going to work. I'll tell you that right up front. So, Evil Dead, the game, that's coming out. You got Sniper Elite, 5,000. Okay. You know, those games are as bad as fucking EA and Call of Duty. They just keep putting out the Sniper Elite games, and it's like, okay, what are we doing in this game? Oh, there's the bad guy over there. Again? I mean, it's like the same narrative every time. That's it. As far as I know, for the big games this year, or for this month rather, for the big games this month, you got Evil Dead the game, always online garbage, Sniper Elite 5000. Obviously, Sniper Elite 5. Okay, so you tell me where the software is. And in June, I can't even imagine what June looks like. I can't. Oh, actually, no. Hold on. Okay, so let's break this down here. I'm just going off of memory here. Okay, so this is what we got in May. I think in June we have Until Dawn 2, basically. The Quarry. Is it raining out here? It's doing something. The Quarry. So, I'll check that one out. Don't want to stream it. At least not initially, because that would ruin it, just like it ruined Elden Ring. So I might beat it and then stream it because I've already beat it. But they said there's going to be like 180 endings or some shit like that, which is, totally ridiculous. But that's basically what we have, unless I'm missing something here. We have Evil Dead coming within the next week or so. And I think there's supposedly going to be a beta for PlayStation, but maybe not. I don't know. Unless that might have been fake news. But the Evil Dead game, there's been 2 betas on Xbox already. Okay, Sniper Elite 5. They've been making those games since the cows have come home. And then in June, you got The Quarry, Until Dawn 2, basically. And, you got David Arquette in there and some shit like that. So it's a movie game, sure. But at the end of the day, it does look somewhat interesting. I mean, fuck it, I'll play a movie game at this point. Like, just give me something to feast my eyes on. Give me something to care about. And it looks like The Quarry is going to be the only game that I actually... I mean, they already put the first 38 minutes out, and I didn't watch it because I didn't want to spoil it. It's like, why would you do that? I mean, I understand you got to sell it, but at the end of the day, it's like you're spoiling the first 30 fucking minutes of the game. So that's basically where the industry's at, folks. I mean, I can go double check and see if I'm missing something here, but let me double check here. Video game release date. I mean, there's just nothing coming. Obviously, in June, it's going to be a lot of news and a lot of, hey, this is coming out this year, and more details on upcoming games and stuff like that. Of course, you got the Summer Games Fest, you got the Xbox Showcase, and I'm sure there's some other stuff happening too, Nintendo Direct or whatever the fuck. But let's look at May. You have Sifu Vengeance Edition. Yikes. Oh, Lord. There's nothing coming out. Evil Dead the game. What is Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song? What is this? I don't know what that is. Sniper Elite 5. That's it, yeah. Those are the 2 big games. In June, you have, I guess there's a Switch game, The Quarry. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. What's in July? Oh, there's nothing in July. There's never anything in fucking July. Yeah, this is going to be a hellhole, folks. Then in August, you got Saints Row, and this year there's not even anything in August. There's like 3 games in August. What the fuck? September, you have Splatoon 3, Test Drive Unlimited. Really? There's a new Test Drive game? When the fuck they announced that? When did they announce a new Test Drive game? That sounds like fake fucking news. Don't remember hearing about that. October, Forspoken. November, Starfield. Obviously, Call of Duty, FIFA, Madden, NBA. Right around that time frame too, right? And then December, Stalker. So, obviously, there's a lot of unannounced things probably coming. And we'll learn more about those things next month, right around E3 time frame, because, next month we have Xbox Games Showcase. Got to wake up in here, folks. Let's go. Xbox Games Showcase. In addition, we have Nintendo Direct. Falling asleep out here. Nintendo Direct, Xbox Games Showcase. And what else do we have? There's something else I know. Probably going to be a Ubisoft event, but I don't know. I think Ubisoft has actually fell off as of late, to be honest. I mean, you look back at the last like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and, they put out games. Like, no one's putting out games anymore. I mean, you can argue COVID impacted the industry tremendously within the last 2 years and all that shit, but it's like, really, did it? I mean, most people just work from home, and you can just work from home, it's like the same thing, right? You're behind the computer screen, so I don't know. I'm not a game dev. I'm not an engineer. Don't know how that shit works. But, yeah, I mean, look, this industry isn't churning out there's no content. Like there's just no content, and it's usually few and far between. But 2020, you look at 2020, there was so many fucking games. You had Cyberpunk, you had fucking Last of Us 2. I mean, you're talking big fucking games that were in the making for years. You had big games that were in the making for years.
Donated $1.
That's what I'm talking about. So you had big games that were in the making for years. I'll tell you what, you had big games that were in the making for years. Cyberpunk and The Last of Us 2. And then also you had, Ghost of Tsushima. And then you also had, what else did you have? You had... there was a lot more, but I can't remember. You had Cyberpunk, you had Last of Us 2, you had Ghost of Tsushima, you had a bunch of other shit. So 2020 was, and all of this came out within like every other month. So there was shit popping. It was like, okay, let's wait for the next big game. Cyberpunk's coming out at the end of the year. Last of Us early 2020. Ghost of Tsushima early 2020. And there was much more that I can't remember, but... Yeah, 2020 was a big year, and then that was kind of it. 2021, terrible. I can't remember any game that came out in 2021. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think gaming is in a fucking terrible spot right now because, it's just like these corporations buying these corporations. Corpse buying corpse. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, this company acquired this company. Who cares? And then it's always about hardware. They just obsess over hardware. Hardware 20 times over again. Like, hey, we got the Steam Deck. Who cares? Where's the software? Like, where is the fucking software? Like, I'm seriously going to just start talking about movies or something. Because at this point, there's nothing to discuss until shit comes out or, it's just a dead zone. It's a dead, it's a dead timeline for the foreseeable future until they, obviously when they unveil Starfield, that's going to be a big moment, but that isn't until June 12th. So that's over a month away. I mean, if you want me to talk about Starfield until June 12th, I can probably do that, but I mean, we're going to have very little to go off of unless they keep putting out those weekly videos that don't say all that much. So I can't tell you I don't know what we're going to do. There's nothing to cover. There's not all that much to cover unless we want to talk about. I honestly have no idea. To be totally honest with you, I have no idea what to do. Have no idea. I'd love to pick a game and stick to it, but it's just like there's nothing to go off of. It's the same shit every day unless they don't announce things anymore. They don't show anything off anymore. It's just like they give you little tidbits of like, okay, here's this, here's that, and then they're quiet for like another 6 weeks. So it's like, what do you want me to do with that information? What do you want me to do with that? So I don't know, man. It's really just the way the cookie crumbles. I tell you, it's so incredibly sad. But let me go back to the release date here. And there's just nothing coming out. I mean, the industry blew its load way too quick early. Let's look at what happened in January. I can't remember, and that isn't a good sign because obviously nothing released in January that was actually fantastic. Yeah, January was a shit month. Terrible games in January. Not one good game in January. February, you had Life is Strange remastered. Everything's remastered, brought back into the new era. Sifu. You had... what did you have? Cyberpunk 2070. Oh, Lord. That was in February? Holy shit. That was that long ago? I don't know about that. Was it really that long ago when they unveiled patch 1.5? Was that in... I thought that was in March. There's no way that was in February, bro. There's no way that was in February. Let me see if this website... Game Informer doesn't know what they're talking about. Cyberpunk 2077 1.5. When did this release? Really? Damn. Well, that's a dead game. Holy shit, we got Todd Howard watching the show, baby. That's what we're talking about. Holy shit, Todd Howard is watching. I knew Todd Howard was watching, and I'm just so glad. Todd Howard, we got a brand new member, Todd Howard, baby. Let's go. Todd Howard is hot. I will shill Starfield just to piss off these PlayStation fanboys in here that got a stick up their ass. I mean, I am looking forward to Starfield, but there's nothing to really talk about until they unveil it, to be totally frank. So, I mean, I could keep making videos on Starfield, and that might be actually smart, because when they unveil it, they'll tune in for the unveil with me. But there's not much to go off of. I mean, to be totally frank. So, but it's a space game, right? And I think people have when they think of space, they think of they think of crazy shit. They're like, well, Michael, it's going to be another No Man's Sky, and it's like, is it really going to be another No Man's Sky? No, I don't want that. Why would you want to play a game like No Man's Sky? Okay, how many planets does No Man's Sky have? Is it like actual space? I mean, there has to be a limitation on the memory, right? There has to be a limitation on how many planets are in the game. No Man's Sky planets. I mean, I remember reading about this back in 2016 before the game came out. I don't know how it. I mean, I played it and I remember it was literally infinite, but I don't know if that's even possible. Number of planets. How many planets? How many galaxies? All that shit. Oh, 18 quintillion planets in No Man's Sky. How is that possible? I don't understand. How is that possible? 18 quintillion planet? Like, I don't even know what that even means. How much of No Man's Sky is discovered? I kind of want to know the answer to that question. Let me pull this. Well, that's because the planets are not stored on your hard drive. The algorithm simply tells the game what to display rather than having specific details. Oh, Lord. I can't look at that shit. Because it reminds me of real life. You look up into the air and you think that it never ends. I don't even understand how that's even... Like, we don't know anything about space. I mean, we know a little bit about the fucking galaxy, right? We've been to the moon like 5 times or some shit. But really, do we know anything about space? No, there's no fucking way. I mean, you can get a Hubble telescope fucking 2.0 out there, and I mean, we're never gonna know anything. But because unless there's a really end. I mean, imagine if they looked at the Hubble telescope one day and there's like something big coming our way. It's like, well, what do? You're just fucking screwed. But so you got space, the infinity of space. You have the depths of the ocean, which we don't know anything fucking about either. There could be a goddamn fucking town under there, Atlantis or some shit. Or Atlantis in the depths of the ocean, and then the Great Pyramids. We don't know how they were resurrected. Right? I mean, obviously there's theories by the archaeologists and shit or whatever, the scientists. But I mean, come on. Well, I'm just spitting fact out here. It's just like, at the end of the day, well, do you think in our lifetime, I mean, even if you're, or even if you were just born today, I mean, you can only live to you're like 100 basically, right, if you're lucky. But, I mean, even in 100 years, nothing's going to happen. I mean, we're not making quantum leaps or anything. So maybe in like 500 years, we'll know a little bit more. We have to start talking about something else because there's nothing to go off of here. There's more to go off. We could just sit out here and talk about fucking space. We'll turn this into Joe Rogan 2.0. I don't care. I was actually thinking about talking about Halloween Ends here today, but didn't know how that one was going to plan out. So, because I could talk about that. There's a lot more to go off of with that. But guys, we're losing battery out here. What do we want to do? Guys, we're losing battery out here. I think we're coming to an end. Either we plug it in and we continue, or we call it here because it's flashing at me. Can literally barely see the screen. So I don't know what's happened to this battery, but it lasts how long have we been live for? 40 minutes, an hour. Okay. Well, should we plug it in? Yes or no? But I got to make a decision literally right now. We could try and take some calls, but I already know who's going to call in. The same 3 people. So, why don't we do some quizzes out here? Let's do some quizzes out here. I'm bored as fuck. We can't talk about what we want to talk about because there's nothing to go off of, okay? When you give me a gaming audience in here, I'll be more than happy to talk about games. Okay, we plugged it in. We've turned it on. We'll extend it for a little bit. Let's go, baby. We got a Blue Box official. Holy shit, Hassan's in here. That's how fucking dead his fucking project is. Hassan's in here. Blue Box official, baby. Holy shit, that's what we're talking about. Blue Box official. I would love to join your studio, Blue Box Game Studios. Please sign me up. I am ready. Welcome to the winner's circle, baby. Blue Box and Todd Howard. Alrighty, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull up space quiz because I'm bored. Oh, but Michael, we were supposed to talk about Saints Row. Well, you missed it. I've already talked about it for an hour straight, or 40 minutes straight, whatever. Space quiz. Hopefully, this isn't a virus. Looks like a virus to me.
Thank you.
I'm not clicking on these.
Kameme donated $1.99 through Super Chat.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate it. Kameme. What is it? Britannica? Quiz. Okay. Britannica quiz. We don't want a virus. But, click on those websites. They take you to some fake quiz, and they just install some executable. Whoa! I'm gonna pull up something here. Okay. Just give me a minute to figure this out. Where is space located? Geography and travel. I don't know. Well, it's too hard to find the space quiz, so we might have to pick another quiz. Technology. Let's do world history. Guys, don't drop out of school. Because if you want me to be serious about these quizzes out here, I ain't going to do shit. We're not going to get far on this. Alrighty, let's do this one here. Oh, Lord. Luckily, the flip the switch moment is... What in the fucking hell did I just do? Alrighty. Enter. Please do something for me. Here we go. What do we want to do? Cold War, American Revolution. I don't know anything about those. Titanic disaster. Let's go. I got that one on lockdown, bro. I seen the Titanic. We can easily get this here. The Titanic was considered to be unsinkable because its 16 compartments were supposedly... well, let's just click the one it's on. Oh, watertight. Okay. Well, then why did it sink? White Star built the Titanic in order to compete with what rival shipping line? What? Wasn't it the White? Yeah, the White Star. These are all fake. Wow, holy shit. What was the Titanic's last European stop? What does that mean? It was going to America. Bro, they got me on a fucking timer out here? Bro, what they talking about, bro? It was, I thought it was Liverpool. I thought dead ass it was Liverpool. What the fuck? Ireland? I don't know if that's, that was not in the movie. The Titanic carried 2,000 people during its only voyage. How many people could its 20 lifeboats hold? Well, I'm assuming if they did the math correctly, if you have 20 lifeboats and there's 2,200 people on the fucking ship, I'm assuming it's going to be over 220, right? Why would it be less? What the fuck? Wait, so that doesn't make sense why they would do that. Why was the iceberg hard to see? Why was the iceberg hard to see the night the Titanic sank? Because it was dark? What does that fucking mean? Why was the iceberg hard to see? Because it was fucking pitch black. What the fuck what are they smoking? I would assume fog. Okay, I'm done. I'm fucking done. These questions are written by fucking idiots. What nearby ship became the source of controversy for failing? The Britannica, right? Yeah. What? Oh, of course it was California, you know. Oh, man. What ship rescued the Titanic survivors? Wait, what? Probably the Olympic. Oh, my God. White Star Chairman Bruce Harvey, Bruce Ismay, was on the Titanic during the maiden voyage and survived its sinking. Why was he publicly shunned after? Because he was a dumbass. He said it was unsinkable, right? He threatened to shoot passengers? Okay, who wrote this shit? He took a seat in the lifeboat. He offered third gates locked. I don't know. Probably the first one. Who cares if he took a seat? He's the fucking chairman. First come, first serve, bitch. What you mean, homie? Of those on board the Titanic, which group offered the most fatalities? Probably the one at probably the lowest floor on the Titanic. So it'd be the coal people that put the shit in the fire to steam the engines or something. So I would assume it's the crew. Yeah, I'm not that dumb, right? What safety standards were enacted as a result of the Titanic disaster? 24-hour radio watch, lifeboat drills, whatever, all of them. Oh, my God. The 1985 expedition that discovered the wreck of the Titanic was devised in part of the to test the new technologies of the Argo. What is the Argo? It's probably James Cameron's fucking... it's a submarine, right? It's a submarine. Yeah, there we go. 5 out of 11? Well, that means we fucking failed. Oh, my God. 5 out of 11, bro. What the fuck? Why is the chat so behind? Oh, my God. Well, the gaming industry is so boring, guys. We have to do this. This is the new part of the show right here. Okay, let's go back and how do we get to another quiz? Guys, we failed. We have flunked world history. Oh, Lord. Where's the space quiz? Okay, science right here. Should be right up in here. I'm looking for the space quiz here. There's got to be a space quiz. Visiting the moon. Here we go. Fact or fiction? Oh, my God. We're going to get you guys going in here. Visiting the moon. Neil Armstrong was the first... No shit. I mean, I guess. That we know of, right? Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin attempted to play golf on the moon. What? No. Why would they do that? They're on the fucking moon. They can play golf on the Earth. Like, who wrote this shit? Like, seriously, holy shit. Alec Baldwin drove a golf cart on the moon. What is with this golf cart shit? Like, no one's doing golf on the fucking moon. A lunar rover was used for the first time during the Apollo 15 mission. I guess that's true because it makes sense. It sounds like it makes sense. Damn, I'm fucking good at that. I don't even know anything. I don't even know when the goddamn 12 of the 24 astronauts who made it in the moon during Apollo missions walked on the surface. Probably true. Who knows? Shit, we got them all fucking right, baby. Let's go. The Mercury missions in 1961-3 were designed to see how humans functioned in space. I have never heard of that. The Mercury missions. What did they do? Put people in space and never let them come back? Let's just say true. Fuck it. Damn, we're going to win all this bitch. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin spent almost 32 hours on the moon's surface. Probably true. I mean, astronauts from the United States, Soviet Union, and the United Kingdom all walked on the moon by 1972. No, that's fake news. What you mean, homie? All right, shit, we knew that. Why was that? They asked like retarded ass question like, why are they playing golf on the moon? Who insinuated that? Who wrote that garbage? Let's do the space one here. I know you guys are getting bored, but we've already done this show. The battery was going to die there, so I just extended it really. So let's go ahead and do the space one, folks. Where is the space one? Where's the space one? There's got to be a space one in here. Oh, man. Can you match the moon to its planets? Well, I don't know what that means, so the answer is probably going to be no. Triton. What the fuck? Oh, that's right. All the other planets have moons. Well, let's just say Neptune. First answer, you can't go wrong with the first answer. Mars. Damn. I'm just guessing here. Venus. All right, man. This is a dumbass test. Ain't nobody got time for that. Let's go back to the fucking quizzes. Let's just fail this shit and then, oh my God, we're getting things right. Oh my God, we're getting things right. Oh man, imagine. Okay. All right, let's play another. These are terrible questions, I'll tell you. How do we get to how do we get to the fucking moon one? How do we get to the space, like general space? Oh man. Oh shit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Everything in space. 25-minute quiz? I ain't got time for that. But we'll see what we can do. Holy shit. I ain't doing that whole quiz. Which planet is nearly Earth size and mass? I don't know. Probably Mars because it's the most. It's probably Mars, right? Yeah. No. What the fuck? Which planet is named after the greatest Roman god? Moon named after characters? William Shakespeare. What? Who cares? Like, what difference does that have? Which of these planets is not the Jovian planet? What does that even mean? What surface feature is thought by early observers to be large bodies of water from the facial features of the man on the moon? What? Impact craters. Fuck it. Oh, my God. What is the largest known asteroid in the solar system? No, that's probably the sun. Or, well, this is like, we got them all wrong. Oh, we got it right. Constellation contains the stars. No one.
Thank you.
Oh!
Scuppy Side donated $5 through
God.
Super Chat. Reddit tier quizzes.
Oh, God. What was the world's first artificial satellite? Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate it, Scuppy, coming through. What was the world's first artificial satellite? What does that mean? What does that mean? Dark object may... Oh, that's the black hole. Yeah, I know that one. What? Before the sun dies, what will its outer envelope expand to create? Wait, what, the sun's going to die? What does that mean? Bro, the sun's going to die? Come on, bro. Ain't no, so if the sun dies, we're dead. Maybe we should just talk about space for the rest of time out here. Because really, it's infinite discussion. It's probably the supernova. Oh. Well, I don't even know what a supernova is. Who is the thought of powerful radio X-ray missions from the galaxy? It's the sun, the X-rays from the sun. Oh, my God. What planet has two continent-sized highlands called... Like, no one knows this shit, bro. Dude, I can take this quiz to the science teacher right now, and they wouldn't know this shit. Like, ain't nobody studying this shit like this. All right, I'm done. This quiz is retarded. I'm done. Unusual deaths. What is this website, bro? Total snooze fest, folks. Total snooze fest. Well, that's like talking about the super volcano. Guys, we got to wrap the show up. So I want to unplug the external battery here. We're going to plug the external battery. But we got to wrap it up here. We do appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. We have exhausted our discussion out here. Yeah, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So once we get news, once news actually drops on something that's actually worthwhile, we'll definitely chime in. But right now it's just going to be a very quiet period until basically next month, until June. The Xbox Games Showcase, Nintendo Showcase, all that other stuff. But, look, I've already talked about what's coming out, and there's really not all that much coming out unless you want me to talk about Evil Dead some more, some other shit like that. But, it's really just the way the cookie crumbles. Unfortunately, it is the way things are right now, in terms of the release schedule and just it being a barren wasteland. But appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show, and we will see you later. It's over.